Hey guys, welcome back to another video here, and in this video I am super excited because I've actually come home with some more geckos for this room that I've been planning to have for a long time now, and Rick Worthy from Worthy Geckos has given me the absolute ultimate hookup. So that's right guys, Rick from Worthy Geckos has given me an absolute good deal on some geckos for this little enclosure that I've got behind me that's been here cooking away for God knows how long now. This enclosure's never seen an animal inside of it, and I've been putting it together for ages. Originally it was going to be for some wheelerai, some Nephris wheelerai, and that kind of all fell through unfortunately because my friend had a bit of a rough season with his pair of geckos and didn't get any hatchies out, but you know what, that's part of the game, this sort of stuff happens. But yeah, as I said, Rick hooked me up with these other geckos, and I'm really excited to have these because these guys have been a dream species of mine for a very, very long time, and this little habitat's going to do them really, really well. And Rick also says that these guys are pretty communal, and the way that he actually keeps his is in a very large vivarium, and he's got a big colony of these guys breeding in there, and man, they're absolutely stunning little species. So let's have a quick look at the enclosure and then I'll introduce the geckos to you. Alright guys, so here's the enclosure. This enclosure is an Exoterra. It is 60 centimeters long, 45 centimeters deep, and then 30 centimeters high. Inside of here we've got a whole bunch of rock rubble, including some scoria, as well as some kind of like larger chunks of granite that I've just kind of pre-formed while they're wet. And we've also got a little succulent that's kind of starting to take over the enclosure in here as well. This I actually just got from my garden, and it's just been really working quite well in here. So it does actually have some live plants inside of it as well. And of course I do have some spinifex in there as well, which we did get from my friend Josh, which was, you know, super awesome. So I'm stoked to have this in here. Also, as part of the enclosure, I do have a vinyl background on there as well. That's one of the ones that went on the outside, which you can see in my vinyl background video for my Exoterra rack. And this is actually taken at the West MacDonald Ranges up on one of the ridge lines up there, which was really cool to kind of visit that sort of space in Australia. It's a really, really wicked space and highly recommend checking it out. And it's got the same again on the other side here, but you very rarely see this side, but it kind of gives you that appeal that it's, you know, part of a ridge line essentially where these little geckos are going to be living. Now, there's a couple of things that you might not be able to see so easily just from the naked eye without kind of having them pointed out. We do actually have two hides in here. So we've got this little hide here. You see a little cave that goes under there. It's basically just a pot saucer that's been turned upside down with a little cut out of it. And we do have another one that's up over through here as well. So there's a couple of hides in there, as well as anywhere underneath all these little bits of granite and spinifex and such. As far as heating the enclosure goes, there is actually a heat mat that's under this part of the enclosure here, which is that hide's there now on top of it, so it can kind of hold a little bit of heat under there for the geckos. So that's it as far as heating goes. It's got a 7-watt heat mat, and I've just plugged that into where my thermostat and stuff joins up for the woody colonies, which is up here on top of this rack here. So that's where I keep all my woodies, and that's set to about 28 degrees there, so that'll turn on and off as per the room temperature and such with the woodies as well. So that's cool. They've got 24-hour heat source there, because that's the way that I do my woodies essentially. And then up here too, we do have a Miss King that's inside of these enclosures, as well as everything in this room. We do also have T5 UVB lighting as well as an LED light. So the T5 UVB lights only come on for about 4 hours a day, so it's not going to like over pump the geckos, but if they do so choose to want to come out and have a little bit of UV, then they do have the option for that as well. Another thing that I do have on top of this enclosure, which maybe we'll check out later in the video, is I've got a little puck light there that I can set onto like a blue or a red spectrum, so I can actually check out the geckos of a night time and be able to kind of just come in here and hang out and watch these guys in full force. Well, here we go guys. I had to show you these geckos really soon because they're absolutely stunning little geckos. I have 4 male Diplodactylus galeatus here. So these guys are also known as a helmeted gecko, and they're a fantastic little, predominantly ground dwelling species. They're absolute stunners. So yeah, as I said, Rick's given me a little group of boys. These guys are a little bit discoloured just at the moment too, because they are inside of these little tubs, and they've been a little bit stressed out for some time now. So something Rick is really, really well known for is kind of having the more unusual species of geckos rather than just the common stuff, kind of like your knobbies and stuff like that. And man, these guys are already a couple of years old, so they're kind of essentially some sort of like retirement type geckos where these guys are just going to be able to live out their days here quite happily. But I'm just excited to be able to have a little bit of a go at keeping these guys and just enjoying them as a species. So I'm not overly worried about trying to find girls or anything like that. And if I did, I know where I'd be going. I'd be going straight back to Rick, going, hey, I need a lady friend for one of these guys or something like that. But man, absolutely stoked to be able to have this species in the collection here, and I've been waiting a long time. Unfortunately, here in New South Wales, they are on the R2 license system, so a bit silly because they're just a nice little easily kept ground-dwelling species. Yeah, you do need an advanced reptile license to have these in New South Wales, which is, again, as I said, a bit of a shame because they are very, very easy to look after, and they should be a very popular pet. I mean, look how handy these guys are. These guys are already adult size. They're a tiny little gecko, and I reckon these guys are going to do absolutely fantastic inside of that vivarium. As I said, guys, Rick is a sponsor of the YouTube channel here, and I cannot rate him enough for as far as his geckos go, and he's an absolute legend of a guy anyway. I've known him for years now and have all the time in the world for him. I'm very privileged to own geckos only from Rick at this stage. I've got a whole bunch of stuff here. I've got the 2 tanks of aberrans. I got the Oedura fimbria there. I've also got the beaded geckos up here. And then up the top as well, we've got some Williamsi, some Stropherus Williamsi, which are not directly from Rick, but the guy that I got them off, which is another friend, he actually got them off Rick himself. And yeah, absolutely stoked to have some more Worthy Geckos in the collection now. So guys, make sure you do me a favour. Go and give Rick's Facebook page a like. It is absolutely awesome, and you're going to see some great geckos there, and the guy just knows his stuff, hey? Like, the amount of species that he's able to keep and breed and look after, and the numbers that he works with, out of this world. Absolutely out of this world. As I said, make sure to go and give him a follow over on Facebook and check out what he's doing there. And if you are after some really quality Australian bred geckos in Australia, that's the guy to hit up. Quite often he'll do import runs and export runs as far as interstate kind of shipments in amongst Australia, and yeah, you won't be disappointed. Alright, that's enough from me. Let's get these guys into the enclosure and check them out in this sort of naturalistic environment. Let's see if these little guys want to run out of this little tub here for us. Just give them a little gentle poke. Come on, little guys, you can do it. Oh, he's already spotted the hide straight off the bat. Watch this. See you later. Quick exit by that guy. See if I can send you in a different direction. Alright, knows what's up. You can see that little hole there too. Oh, here we go. Look how cute this little bugger is. Look at the black on them too. It's awesome to see them outside of the actual containers that they came in now that they can actually colour up a little bit better. They're absolutely phenomenal species. I can't believe I finally got them too. I absolutely love these guys. They're such a good looking gecko, and man, this enclosure, this is really going to set them off quite nicely when you think about it, because they're such a small little gecko. So they've got heaps of space to roam around in here. They got cover from the succulent plants and the spinifex and the rocks. Man, I think they're absolutely going to love it. What gorgeous little geckos. Okay, so we've got a little guy checking out over that spot there, and we're going to add another couple into this enclosure. I can't wait to watch these guys just foraging around for food. Hopefully they tongue feed for me. That'd be really, really exciting. And just look at those guys under the light. Stunning little animals. Alright guys, come on. There we go. Awesome, awesome little gecko species. I can't wait to watch these guys for the years to come. They are a relatively short-lived gecko, so they only do last for about 5 years, give or take. But yeah, I'm excited to have these guys and have the opportunity to work with them for a little while. See if I can find where that other one went. He just kind of disappeared in amongst all the succulents and stuff down here. I can see him over there. Make out the tail pattern through all the plants just below the spinifex there. What awesome little species. Well everyone, I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, albeit a little bit of a shorter one. I really wanted to introduce you guys to these Diplodactylus galeatus, or the little helmeted geckos from here in Australia. These are awesome little species and I can't believe I finally got them in the collection. Absolutely stoked. These guys are so interactive and I love feeding them and watching them hunt. They're a really, really cool little species. Anyway guys, you can always check me out on Teespring, Patreon and Facebook and Instagram as well for other reptile related content. And anyway, until the next one, take it easy, and I'll catch you then.